So there's bold, and then there's bold.
Hit me.
Consider yourself hit. So if you like your wines big, sticky, grippy, those are a lot of terms that you hear when you're talking about big red wines, then this is going to be another one for you. This is Monastrell, and it's one of those grapes that masquerades under a few different names depending on where it's grown. And that might be one of the reasons why it's lesser known. So today, Monastrell can be found on the eastern coast of Spain. And the story is that it was brought here thousands of years ago by the Phoenicians. And one of the reasons why this wine and grape are so elusive is because, as I was saying, its name tends to change depending on where it's grown. For example, in Catalonia and also Portugal, it's known as Mataro. And of course, I would be remiss to not mention that this is the same grape as France's Mourvedre. In fact, this grape is probably more famous for being in the red blends of the Southern Rhone in France. It's in Châteauneuf-du-Pape, for example. And for that reason, it was adopted in places like Australia, where it's part of what they call GSM blends, Grenache, Syrah, and Mourvedre.
Isn't it true that because Shiraz, right, and Syrah, same grape, right?
Yeah, it's very common. I mean, grapes are nomads, you know, like travelers take their grapes with them. So they tend to change names depending on what culture, what part of the world you're in. Okay, so enough talking, let's taste the wine. Ooh, the first thing on the nose that I recognize is sort of like a meatiness, like a gamey quality to it, almost like a musky animal quality, which reminds me a lot of Syrah. It's really tannic. Some of these are aged in wood, but the grape itself is known for being really tannic. There's that gaminess, of course, that meatiness, black fruits, and a real strong finish, almost a burn of black pepper. This grape is typically so tannic that it doesn't need a lot of oak aging, but there are some producers out there that are adding a little bit of oak aging, just to give it a little bit of that extra vanilla and spice flavor. So this is changing in the glass as I'm drinking it, and I'm starting to get more of like a smoky quality out of the wine. So this is bringing me to the food pairings now. And bacon, like smoked bacon, would be awesome with a wine like this.
Yeah, bacon.
Bacon.
What about like pit barbecue,
barbecue? Yeah. We're going in that direction, like pork dishes. And this is going to seem a little weird for a red wine, but I'm thinking deviled eggs with bacon on top of them.
Spicy deviled eggs.
Yeah, like with a little like Spanish paprika on the top. That's it. There we are. So as is always the case, this grape and this wine is being made in other parts of the world now, and particularly in regions that are a little bit hotter, just like the southeast of Spain too. So California, of course, some parts of Washington, and Texas.
Texas wine.
Texas has some good stuff. Even better is the price. Because it's relatively obscure, not many people are seeking it out. You can get a really beautiful, highly rated version, like these two here. We get a 90 and a 93 pointer from like $10 to $15, which is crazy. All right, so that's the lowdown on Monastrell. An amazing wine that is off the radar for most people, but definitely worth checking out. So go out and get you some now. And for more interesting wine recommendations like this, be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel and you'll get notified every time I make a new one of these. That's about it. All right, everybody. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I'll catch you soon. Cheers.